Hello, my name is Darren Belisario, one of the founders of China Labor Credit, and today I'm going to talk to you about our innovative model to provide unprecedented access to microfinance in China while delivering high, stable returns to our investors. Our basic premise is to take advantage of the tremendous migrant worker population in China by lending to them through their employers. They can then pass those loans on to their close personal contacts in their home rural communities that need these formal credit channels. To set the context, there's almost no access to microcredit in China today. Organizations as diverse as the Asia Development Bank, ING's CEO Jan Homan, the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, and CGAP, one of the preeminent global poverty alleviation NGOs, have all identified that microcredit needs in China are grossly underserved. Despite the central government's emphasis on inclusive finance, making it one of the central bank's 3 core pillars since 2005, the bodies that have been nominally charged with implementing microcredit have uniformly failed to do so. Small loans, from 100,000 to several million yuan targeting small and medium enterprises, have grown explosively over the last decade and often been erroneously called microloans. True microcredit, however, worth less than 50,000 yuan by global standards, remain all but absent. That is despite an enormous demand currently being met by the informal lending market, moneylenders and personal connections. The Asia Development Bank estimates that 156 million rural poor and 35 million self-employed migrant workers in China both need credit and can repay it safely. That translates to a 2.4 trillion yuan, or $390 billion, unmet need. At the same time as China's rural poor and self-employed migrant populations struggle under inconsistent incomes and poor financial access, 270 million rural Chinese are living as migrant workers in urban centers. About 30% of them have stable salaries in the manufacturing and construction industries, with average monthly incomes over $10 a day. We propose to take advantage of this social dynamic to get microcredit to needy populations at low cost. We will partner with employers in manufacturing and construction to offer loans to their migrant worker employees. We can use their salaries as collateral, automatically deducting payments and avoiding the traditional issues of information and enforcement surrounding lending to the poor. Those employees can then pass those loans on to their self-employed peers or their rural communities back home. This financial and personal connection already exists. Not only is the informal lending market huge, but wealth transfers are abundant. 40% of rural incomes in China are from remittances from their urban migrant relations. This model not only gives us ready access to millions of collateralized borrowers, it also reduces the costs of lending compared to traditional microfinance models. In the long run, we estimate a resulting return on assets of 10%, far outpacing the spread of most commercial banks. That is including the default rate of 2% that microcredit institutions generally achieve, even though with our salary collateral model, we expect significantly lower default rates. We aim to enroll 5 large employers within the first 3 years of operation, including a first customer with 12,000 employees that we have previously worked with and generated interest for this project in, Shugong Construction Equipment Manufacturers. With that trajectory, we will become profitable by the 6th quarter post-launch, and we will be able to cover our own capital needs, as opposed to borrowing from banks and investors, by year 3. With those returns, we are not only having a significant social impact, we are providing stable, market-leading returns to our investors. To launch, we require $4.5 million, the bulk of which is to capitalize the first round of liabilities. We are looking to raise this funding from a coalition of investors, including banks and our employer partners. Thank you for your time. We hope that you found our model interesting and look forward to interacting with you in the future.